What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for some more live Pokemon Showdown. Today, we are hopping back on the RU ladder with our lovely Scrafty, Noivern, Medicham team thingamajiggy. And so far, so good. We've only lost one battle so far, and that one was kind of a weird one. But we're getting back into it today. This will be the last time we're using this team, so hopefully it puts in some work. So here we go. This is a pretty standard RU team, pretty dangerous, especially that Meloetta right off the bat. That is the most dangerous thing to me, because I also don't know if I can outspeed an Oko with anything. But I'm going to predict him to lead off with either Rhyperior or the Registeel, and lead off with Medicham, and that means I get a kill. And he just leaves his Rhyperior, and boom! Down it goes! One hit! One hit! Medicham! You are stupid! You are stupid powerful! Oh my goodness. I know that it's a high jump kick, and it's a base 130 power move. But come on now. How often do you see Rhyperior just drop like that? Jeez, so many people leave Rhyperior out on Medicham. I don't know why. Like, through testing, I must have OHKO'd 4 or 5 of them. When I was just messing around with this team to see if it could work. People just love to just leave the Rhyperiors out. Like, even if it's just turn 1 like that. So, we get to scout to see what kind of thing this is. That does 81%! As he throws up a wish. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a fun episode. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm going to switch here, predicting him to protect, and he does go for that. And, yeah, so at least we got to see how much damage he was about to do. And I can taunt him. Oh, just kidding. He forfeited. Alright. Fair enough. So let's get into another battle. That was fun, I guess. Kinda, sorta. I mean, at least we got to see a Rhyperior just get demolished. That's always fun. So this is... I don't know if it's a threatening team. I'm kind of scared of Clawitzer just because it gave me fits in the first part. He's got the Rapid Spinner into Hitmonchan, the Mega Glalie. From the looks of his team, that appears to be physical Mega Glalie. He's got Cobalion and Druddigon as his possible rock setters. And I guess that the Delphox will be choice in some way. Although the Clawitzer could very easily be choice as well. So we'll give him a good luck, have fun. And I'm expecting either Druddigon or Cobalion to lead off here. We will see. We will see, but Medicham's going to have a field day. He has one resist to fighting, and that is the Delphox, and that's 2 KO'd. So I'm just going to high jump kick here, leading off with Medicham again. He goes into Druddigon, boom, 94%. And unfortunately, he's Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet. I was kind of hoping he would be the Sheer Force variant. Seems like nobody runs that. But I can just stay in and high jump kick again here, because something still dies, and he's just going to have to pick his fodder here. And even if I miss and he switches, it's not the end of the world, because I'm not dead. So I get another crack at it, and he's just going to leave his Druddigon in. So he's going to get all that Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage. Unfortunately, it brings us down below half, even though he didn't even hit me. But we do get rid of the Druddigon immediately. That could be great if that was his rocker, too. So now I'm expecting him to want to go into Delphox. Unless he's really fearing that this thing is scarfed, and, I mean, even if it is scarfed, then I'm locked in the high jump kick, so there's no reason for you to not go into it. If he goes into Clawitzer, that's dead. If he goes into Hitmonchan, that's dead. If he goes into Cobalion, I'm probably going to switch. Same thing for Glalie, but he does go into the Delphox, actually. So the goal will be to get Medicham out on either Hitmonchan or Clawitzer, because if I get it in safely on one of those two, then something else dies. Like, every time that Medicham comes in on one of those two, something will die. So he's actually going to go for the Fire Blast and miss, which is unfortunate. He could be locked into that, so I'm tempted to go for Stealth Rocks here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't want to stay in because he can't OHKO me. So the only way he'd be able to OHKO me would be if he had Grass Knot, but he does switch, so I'm expecting that he is choiced, judging by that. So he goes right into the Hitmonchan. I'm going to predict him to go for a Rapid Spin here, which means I can switch in Medicham. This is what I was talking about. Yep, he does go for the Rapid Spin, which is perfect. He's kind of forced to because he has Delphox and Glalie, and now something dies. So I'm going to actually click Drain Punch here to try to get some HP back after taking all that damage from the Rough Skin. And we'll see what he wants to do. Pick your fodder, my friend. Pick your fodder. Nothing is taking 2 Drain Punches, except maybe Delphox. It definitely wouldn't take 2 high jump kicks, though. But I'm not going to worry about that. I want some HP back. If he goes into Delphox again, I'll go right back into Rhyperior. And he actually goes for Mach Punch. That was not the play to make, as that just OHKOs. What? That was a Drain Punch. Hitmonchan just gets one-shotted from full health from a Drain Punch? Are you kidding me right now? We get all of that HP back up to 71%, which is perfect because I wanted to be in a range where Ice Shard doesn't kill me if it comes down to that, because then I can just Bullet Punch him if we get some damage off. He actually goes for the Psychic this time. I'm not sure why he went for Psychic. Does that mean he doesn't have Grass Knot and that was his only move to hit the Rhyperior? Oh, he's not even Choice, and he's not Life Orb, and he gets a critical hit on Scrafty. Okay, I'm getting destroyed right now. I guess I got a little bit cocky, I don't know. Or too wrapped up into the fact that Hitmonchan just blew Hitmonchan up, basically. What item are you? You're not Life Orb. And you don't have Grass Knot. Like, I don't understand what's happening right now. What is this Delphox set? Is this, I really don't know. This is kind of baffling me a little bit. He's just gonna go for Fire Blast again, and I really didn't want anything else taking that damage. So I had to sack Scrafty there, which really stinks. Really, really stinks, because that could have potentially swept his team, too. But that double switch that I made really kind of screwed me over because he switched moves. So I'm just going to go into Rhyperior here. I don't think he has Grass Knot. I don't think he has it. I don't know what his other moves are, but I don't think he has it. So, and if it's HP Grass, that won't kill. So, yeah, I'm free to just go for Earthquake here. I'm free to go for Rocks, too, just to punish the switches for Delphox and Glalie, and to get that Glalie into a range where, like I said, the Bullet Punch from Medicham will kill it, because we're at enough HP now where even if he is Mega'd and he does outspeed me and, you know, can get off the Ice Shard first, it won't matter. That's not going to kill me. So he does just leave his Delphox into Psychic. He definitely didn't have any type of grass coverage, or I don't know. I really just don't know what to say about that Delphox set. I was really expecting it to be like Scarf, Trick, or something along those lines, or Life Orb. He wasn't either of those. Maybe he was like Calm Mind? But then what was his other move? I don't know. I'm going to stop thinking about it because it doesn't matter. Delphox is gone. So I just sacked off Golbat there because we don't need it, and that allows me to get Medicham back in, which means something else dies. This Medicham is destroying his team. I'm not going to go for Drain Punch this time, though. I'm going to High Jump Kick because I have to High Jump Kick to kill the Clawitzer, pretty sure, because it's not as frail as Hitmonchan, but it's not taking a Banded High Jump Kick. So you have to pick your fodder here, basically. He may want to save this for Rhyperior, I don't know. His other Pokemon definitely don't OHKO it. So, yeah. Well, maybe the Glalie could if he has, like, Explosion or something along those lines. I don't know. And actually, Refrigerate Return might kill it because I'm not physically defensive. I don't know. I feel like Rhyperior could just barely take that, though. So we'll see. He's taking some time to think about his move. Like I said, he's just got to pick his fodder or hope that I miss. That's what it comes down to. Last time Medicham faced off against a Clawitzer, it was not pretty because he missed. And yeah, so it was Scarf Clawitzer. Hit me with a Water Pulse, brought me down to like 30%, and then I missed a High Jump Kick, and then I proceeded to lose. So he just leaves Clawitzer in, and that just dies. Nothing takes High Jump Kicks from Banded Medicham. Oh my goodness. Banded Meditite is a force too, but it's so slow that it really needs things like Sticky Web support. But Medicham is also pretty slow. It's only base 80, but it's just fast enough to be able to outspeed quite a bit in RU. So now it doesn't really matter what he goes into. I pretty much have to switch either way. Cobalion naturally outspeeds me by quite a lot. And Glalie, it would be a speed tie, and they're usually jolly, so I wouldn't want to risk taking a return. Actually, I could just sack this. He just goes for Iron Head. And yeah, that's just dead too. Wow. I was thinking I was going to switch there, but I was like, he's probably going to go for Iron Head. And close combat's a resisted hit, so he actually couldn't kill me in one hit. So it didn't really matter. Now I'll save this, because now I can Bullet Punch still. And we can just sack Noivern off, since his last Pokemon is a Glalie. There's really no reason to keep Noivern, I just die anyway. And we can go into, I guess, Aromatisse. I don't see this being able to beat me one-on-one. I am physically defensive. So, yeah, if you want to go for the return, that's fine. And this Moonblast should do about like 40%, maybe 35, 40% in that range. Glalie not too bulky. It actually does 46%, and he goes for the Spike, which is going to lose in the battle because I'm just over the range where Spike would kill. Talking about Medicham, I think that's why he did that. But, oh, and his move is Double Edge, not even return. So he's going to take the extra recoil damage, and we're going to get the victory from the Moonblast there. We'll give him a GG. And that is going to be that. So that was a relatively fast first battle, I suppose. We can go ahead and find another one because it's only been, what, about 10 minutes or so? That range, my goodness. Medicham just destroyed in that battle, though. That was what I wanted to see. I wanted a battle where Medicham just, like, kills 5 Pokemon or something. It's like, jeez. Okay, so we found a battle here against, I don't want to try to pronounce that, so I'm not going to, but he has a pretty threatening team here, again with the Hitmonchan. People need to stop using Hitmonchan in RU. It is garbage. Like, trust me, I love Hitmonchan. I think its design is awesome. I love it as a Pokemon. It does not belong in RU. And the fact that it did not drop down in this massive tier shift this month is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Why are so many people using it? It's outclassed in every way by the other 2 Hitmontops. Or, yeah, Hitmontops. Hitmons! You know what I'm saying. So he actually leads with Alomomola, which I was not expecting. I don't think I want to stay in just to get up rocks because he does have a spinner, and I do not have a spin blocker. So I feel like Noivern might be my best play here, or Golbat even. So the game plan for this, I'm not really sure how we're going to go about it. We need to, the game plan is going to be to try to lure that Cofagrigus in as much as possible. I need to get as much damage on it as I can, because once I get rid of that, I can start unleashing high jump kicks. He has no switch-ins to that. Noivern resists it, but it's a 2-hit KO. Alomomola is 2-hit KO'd regardless of what its spread is. If I get rocks up and he is more specially defensive, it's a potential OHKO. So every time I go into Medicham, I'm clicking Zen Headbutt, basically, to try to get damage on the switch-in of Cofagrigus. And once we weaken it enough, and hopefully kill it, then, you know, we can start killing things. And it's a good thing we have Scrafty, too, because I can Dragon Dance on you and then fire off a knockoff, and that won't kill you, but it'll do a lot. So I'm going to, or just knock off. I'm going to Dragon Dance. He's probably going to Willow. I'm expecting a Will-O-Wisp. Oh, he's going to switch into Emboar. Why are you switching in Emboar? Unless you're Scarfed. So I need to switch here. I'm not going to risk him being Scarfed and hitting me with a superpower. Scrafty is quite important for this. I cannot risk losing both Scrafty and Medicham because I have nothing that will take on that Steelix otherwise. So I really need to be careful with that, so I'm not going to take the risk. He does go for the superpower, so he probably is Scarf. Probably is. So I can go for an Aromatherapy here as he switches out to get rid of the poisoning on Noivern to, you know, keep its longevity up. And I can go right into Medicham here. He's probably just going to go for rocks. I don't see him going for Heavy Slam at this point. Yeah, he just goes for the Stealth Rocks. That's fine. And unless he was offensive, I don't think Heavy Slam would have killed anyway. And now we click Zen Headbutt as he is going to bring in his Cofagrigus here, without a doubt in my mind. That would require some serious balls if he stayed in, because even if I was Scarfed, I mean, High Jump Kick might still kill Steelix, to be honest. And we're going to miss the Zen Headbutt, even though we got the prediction right. I'm going to go for Zen Headbutt again to get damage on this thing, because I can get rid of the burn with Aromatherapy. I'm not afraid. And we're going to miss the second Zen Headbutt. And we're going to get burned. Lovely. Oh, that was the best couple of turns I ever could have hoped for. Lovely. He says sorry, bro, in the chat. So he's a nice guy about it. I appreciate that. I always appreciate that. Much respect to you, my friend. Not going to say anything in the chat right now because I'm trying to focus here. But I'll be sure to give you a GG at the end and everything. Not that I wouldn't do that anyway, but you know what I'm saying. If you happen to be watching this video, props. So I will throw up a wish here because he can't kill me with another Shadow Ball. That really stinks because I don't know if that was going to be a 2-hit KO. Probably not because it's a Cofagrigus. But still, getting all that damage off would have been super helpful. And that's really just going to prolong this match, unless we just get swept, of course. For me to win, it's going to prolong the match. So, if he wants to just stay in and Flare Blitz me, I'm fine with that. Because, yeah, this just doesn't scare me. I'm physically defensive. I can take a Flare Blitz. I don't care if you're reckless. He's actually going to switch again and go into Alomomola. Alrighty. I will aromatherapy. Why can't I say that? I was trying to, like, give it a different inflection. Aromatherapy. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Aromatherapy. So he just goes for the toxic. And why do I say these ridiculous things? Why do I say these ridiculous things? I don't know. I'm going into Golbat here as he's going to throw up a wish. And we got our burn and toxic removed. So that's nice. And this is just going to be a stally battle, I think. So I get the toxic off on the Emboar, which is nice because he does not have any cleric. So at least we'll be wearing this down. He can't kill me with anything, even if he has wild charge. I'm going to roost first and see what he does. He just goes for the Flare Blitz. That does a lot. That does a lot. I wonder if that's choice banded. That's not scarf damage. I think he bluffed the scarf with Scrafty. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm almost positive that's not scarf damage. So he's just going to continually go for Flare Blitz. Hopefully he doesn't burn me or get a crit. And this next turn he's going to go down. Oh wait, he can't be scarf. I'm outspeeding him. Yeah, he has to be banded with like max HP. Wow, so that could have been really risky for him. So I could have got a lot of damage off. I mean, to be fair, I don't think if he's max HP that +1 Drain Punch would have killed. So I guess I kind of needed to switch anyway, but still. I'm going to go for the Defog here. And the reason I did that was because I was predicting him to want to switch out to save that Emboar because he can try to pass a wish to it. So I really don't want him doing that right here. So I'm very tempted to click Brave Bird, and because that's not going to kill me. And yeah, he does try to pass it into the Emboar, predicting me to want to roost. And so we get rid of that, which is great. So we were able to successfully predict around that. We were able to roost when he was going for Flare Blitz, and then predict him to switch out, go for the Defog to get rid of those rocks, and then predict him to try to pass the wish into it. So I actually played that somewhat well for once. For once in my life, I made the right plays. Sweet. So Noivern is here. This is a very safe switch into my... why did I want to call this Alomomola? It's definitely not Alomomola. Perfumania, the Aromatisse. So he goes for the Boom Burst. And he shows off that he's Life Orb, which is good because that means we can wear him down. It also means that he could be Roost. And so let's see. I guess I have to wish here. I mean, if he stays, he's not going to stay in. It's not a 2-hit KO. I'm so tempted to just go right into Scrafty, predicting him to want to switch into Steelix here. The Steelix play is so obvious, though. I mean, I will be able to get up a free wish, but I could also go into Crobat to get up my Roost and get healthy again, but he actually goes into Cofagrigus and not Steelix. So, I mean, I guess that's fine. And I'm just going to Dragon Dance again. He has to know that I'm Lum by the way I keep setting up on this thing. Or he thinks that I am Shedskin. But either way, I'm fine using my Lumberry here if it means I get a huge hit off on something. He would have to go into Noivern, and at +1 knockoff should kill that. So his only play would be to go into Steelix, and then I can Drain Punch it. So he is going to go for the Willow this time. Connects on another Willow. And yeah, we're going to be fine with that because we can just eat our Lumberry. Now we're at +1 speed, +1 attack, and I can fire off a knockoff here. That does 92%. What? Is that specially defensive Cofagrigus? As he does just go for the Will-O-Wisp again. So, I wonder if that's specially defensive. If that's specially defensive, that then Zen Headbutt would have been a 2-hit KO. And that really extra stinks that I missed both of them earlier on. Still, nothing I can do about that, though. I don't know why I'm harping on that. So I'm just going to go for knockoff again as he opts to actually switch in his Hitmonchan. I don't know if Mach Punch will kill me. Iron Fist boosted. He's not going to, you know, be getting the boost from Life Orb or anything. So that's still kind of risky. I do have a safe switch in with Aromatisse. So I kind of want to do that, especially because, yeah, I'm burned. So Drain Punch is not going to kill. What am I thinking? I'm going into Aromatisse here as he does show off the Drain Punch. And I can throw up a Wish. I pretty much have to. And then I will Aromatherapy again. So I probably should be conserving these Aromatherapies because, this is the third or fourth time I've used it. Third. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. This is going to be a long battle. It already is kind of a long battle. We're already almost 30 turns in, as he does go for the Scald, and he gets the burn, which is fine. That's actually great timing, because I can just fire off the Aromatherapy, and with the Wish, I get back up to full health. This thing is still poisoned, so I still have a safe switch into my Noivern here. I don't know what this thing's last move is. I think it's just shown Scald, Wish, Protect, right? Did it Toxic? I'm getting Alomomolas confused now. I'm thinking of past Alomomolas that I faced. I don't remember if he went for Toxic or not. Oh, no, he did not. He has Refresh. Okay, so he only has Scald then, which means I can just stay in and taunt him with Noivern. But because I was able to get Golbat in safely, that means I can Roost, which is perfect, because it was looking like Golbat might just be fodder, especially if he was able to get Steelix back in and set up those rocks again. So I'm happy I was able to do that. And I could go into Rhyperior here. He's not going to be able to kill me with Earthquake / Heavy Slam, so I could get some damage off. Rhyperior's not doing too much against the rest of his team anyway. But I can also go into Scrafty and set up again, because he also cannot kill me with anything. Let's see. I'm going to go into Rhyperior here, because looking at his team, it's really just not going to be doing much. So he goes for the Heavy Slam. This is defensive Steelix, because that only does 25%. So I can get up my rocks here and force him to Rapid Spin again, which means that I can get a safe switch into my Medicham, potentially, as he actually goes into Alomomola. So he's letting me get all this Lefties recovery. That's fine by me. I don't know that I want to take a Scald, though. So it's probably in my best interest to, let's see, go into Starscream, because I'm not too afraid of a burn. It's not the end of the world, although Golbat is a relatively safe switch too, but then I would have to Aromatherapy. So basically, Starscream is my only thing that doesn't really care about the burn, because Aromatisse doesn't care about it too much, but you know, the residual damage on a defensive Pokemon does kind of stink. So I'm just going to drop a Draco Meteor here, and if he wants to switch into Steelix, so be it. That does 63%, so I don't know if that's especially defensive or if that's like mixed defenses. I kind of wanted to just engage the damage there. So he does fire off a Toxic. Wait a minute, he didn't show Protect, because he has Refresh. So he does have Toxic. Okay, so I'm not thinking of a different battle. He's got Scald, Toxic, Refresh, Wish, so he doesn't have Protect. Ah, okay, that's what he's missing. No Protect. Fair enough. So I guess I can Roost here, because Scald is doing 9%, and it's not like I'm afraid of a burn at this point. I actually would have preferred that he burned me instead of Toxic, but because I just fire off Dracos so often that I usually don't stay in that long anyway. So I guess I need to switch here, because the Toxic damage is racking up. This Alomomola is a problem. Even when it's taunted, it's a problem. He has to Scald. Do I really want to risk switching in a physical attacker and getting burned? Because that's what would happen. And then I would have to go back into Aromatisse, and then we're going to play this whole game again. And I don't like it. I don't like this game. I'm not a fan. And I need to get some prior damage off in order to be able to kill with high jump kick anyway. Having rocks up is nice, though, now that I'm thinking about it, just because that Cofagrigus is at a point where it can't switch back in. So if I do manage to get Medicham back in, I don't know if I take the recoil for going for high jump kick if there is no target, like if Cofagrigus comes in and feints due to the rocks before I attack. I'm not sure about that mechanic, because I've never had that happen before. But I can just lock myself in Drain Punch if I'm really worried about it, because it'll still do solid damage to whatever wants to switch in. So I'm going to go into Golbat here, as I would like to get up another Roost, so that's exactly what I do. Unfortunately for him, he did not burn me with either Scald, and he's going to throw up a Wish again. As we can go back into Noivern, I could Roost again. I just realized my team's really fat too. Like Noivern's pretty frail, but it does have Roost. And then I've got Recovery on the Aromatisse with Wish Passing. I've got Recovery on Golbat, and Rhyperior's fat. So many fat things. So many fat things. I'm just going to Hurricane and miss because it's Hurricane and that's what happens. It's looking like I'm going to have to sack this for damage. But, yeah. Do I go for Draco or Hurricane? Draco or Hurricane? That is the question here. I'm just going to Draco since I'm going to die this turn anyway. It doesn't really matter. Might as well go for as much damage as possible. And we get a critical hit, actually, which is unfortunate for him, as he is going to finish me off with a Scald. And his taunt is going to end here, but that is going to give me a safe switch into Medicham. Even if I didn't get that critical hit, I think a Zen Headbutt might just kill from there, regardless. Or Drain Punch, actually. This Drain Punch is only a 5 power difference. What else would I want to go into here? Scrafty? I mean, I still have to attack, though. Yeah, I'll go into Scrafty. I still have to attack, because I just do. I just do. I don't want this thing healing. It's not taunted anymore. It can, it can set up wishes. I don't want that. So I need to try to not let him do that, basically. He's going to switch here, though, to get the Regenerator and save his Alomomola. I hate this pink fish. I hate this pink fish so much. He's going to go into Steelix on the predicted knockoff. That's a good play. But I will be able to set up on you because you are defensive, as I was able to find out because of the damage output on Heavy Slam to Rhyperior. Although, Heavy Slam does do more damage based on how much heavier you are, and Rhyperior is pretty heavy. So, it might not be completely defensive, I don't know. But he's going to actually roar me out into Medicham, which is perfect. And he may predict me to go for the Zen Headbutt this time, but he's going to make the safe play and sack off his Cofagrigus here, and I just went for the Drain Punch. There's no target, so that's fine. If he goes into Hitmonchan, we already know that's an Oko. For some reason. I don't know why that's an Oko, but Drain Punch is an Oko. So he's actually going to go into Noivern, which is his best play because it does outspeed me, and it can probably just Oko me with anything. And I'm expecting him to go for Boom Burst. He can't really afford to go for Draco because I do have Aromatisse just chilling here. So, yeah, he just goes for Boom Burst again, does about 45%. He's taking more damage via the, Stealth Rocks from when he came in, and the Life Orb Recoil. We can fire off a Witch. This is such a long battle. This is going to go 50 turns. This battle took up this whole video, basically. It's going to be like 20 minutes before it's all said and done. So, he's going to make the Steelix play this time. And I feel relatively safe just going into Medicham here. He might try to set up rocks again, but I don't know how much that's going to help him, because he may have just wanted them for the Noivern. It doesn't really do much. I've got 3 resistances to it. I'm going to go into Medicham. Yeah, he does go for the Stealth Rock, so I'm pretty sure he would have lived anyway. And now with Cofagrigus gone, now something dies. Now you have to choose your fodder. If you leave Steelix in, that's dead. If you bring in Alomomola, that's dead. Noivern with Stealth Rocks, that's dead. Hitmonchan is super dead. So yeah, he leaves in his Steelix, that's gone. And now he has to go into Noivern. He really has no other play. So yeah, that's what he's going to do. He could Roost here, knowing that I have to switch. And he is Life Orb, so he very, very well could have the Roost. But he can't do a whole lot to Rhyperior other than Draco. So, yeah, and I don't even know if that'll kill, to be honest, because Rhyperior is so fat, especially defensive. So he does make the Roost play. I'm going to Dragon Tail here, predicting him to want to switch, actually. And yeah, he is. I thought he might actually go into the Alomomola, but no. So we're going to actually Dragon Tail him right back into Noivern. So he takes that extra 25%. So we basically bring him back to where he was before, essentially. Or a little bit more than that, but yeah. So that was a wasted turn for him, which is great. And let's see. I don't think I want to make that play again. I think he'll probably stay in this time. And I really think he's going to go for Draco, so I'm going to make the Aromatisse play here. And, oh, he actually goes for Roost. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it would have been really risky for him to go for Draco there. If he lets me get a safe switch into this and he doesn't regain any health, that's really bad. Boom Burst will not kill me, and with Life Orb, plus the fact that Noivern is frail as paper, or with paper-thin defenses, I think was what I was going for there, but it just didn't work out. Noivern is gone, and now we're in a great spot. I can protect on this, because I think then I might be able to live a Drain Punch, to be honest. Oh, he's going for Fire Punch. I might be able to live that, too. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to find out. Oh, we live on 1! Perfumania coming through in the clutch there, taking out the Hitmonchan, and he's going to forfeit, so I am not able to even give him a GG, unfortunately. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was a long battle, 56 turns. Oh my goodness, that is craziness. That was the longest 5-0 in the history of 5-0s. I didn't even realize how many Pokemon I had remaining. That's crazy. But that's going to be the end of the session. I hope you guys enjoyed. I super enjoyed this. Way more fun than the last few times I played RU. I'm probably going to be coming back to this after family leaves and all that stuff, and I can record a little bit more regularly again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. And until then, game on.